we know with sinusoidal graphs so far, make sure your phones are away or you're going to come help me and you don't even know how to do this. That'd be really crappy. Not very helpful, hey? So with sinusoidal graphs, remember the amplitude was half the distance from the max and the min. The period is how long it took to repeat itself. The d value was the midline, and we could do that with formulas, correct? Now, we can go through equations. So, oops. Sorry, I have to restart this computer. It's not being very much liking me today. So if we look at y equals a sine bx plus c plus d. No. That's our equation in general form without anything filled in, correct? Now if we go y equals negative, or we'll just go positive 3 sine 2x plus 1 minus 2. We'll type one of them into our calculator just so we see it. So can you go into your y equals and type this in, and make sure your calculator's in radian mode. So the normal mode it usually sits in. So you have it in your y equals, we agree? It's sitting in there, you can see it? Does it? So go zoom 7. Zoom 7, because zoom 7 is zoom trig, and it'll usually get it to show up. So type it into your y equals, make sure you're in radian mode, and then go zoom 7. Do you have like a curvy graph, that, like the ones you saw before? One of those that are sitting there? So make sure you're in radian mode to see it if you want to see it, okay? Now remember, from a graph, your amplitude is your absolute value of your max minus min divided by 2, right? We have to do all that work to get our amplitude, yes? From an equation, your amplitude equals the absolute value of the A. This is your A, right here. So this, the absolute value of that is your amplitude. So what's the amplitude of this equation? What is the amplitude? Absolute value of plus 3. And when the absolute value of any positive is just itself, right? It's just 3. So it's easy. That's the amplitude. That's how quick it is. It's the A value. Now, if that would be a negative 3, my amplitude would still be positive 3 because the absolute value would turn it to a positive. Now, my midline is the line that cuts the graph in half horizontally. It's always y equals, and in this case, off an equation, it's y equals d, the d value. So what's my d value on this one? Negative 2. So the midline for this equation is y equals negative 2. Now when you look on your calculator, can you see negative 2 on it? Does it look like it would cut the graph in half, y equals negative 2 on your calculator? If you drew a horizontal line through it? So you can see them too, right, to verify. The period is the only one that's a bit of work, because neither of those is work. It's just remembering which is which, right? The period is just P equals 2 pi over B every single time. What's my B in this equation? Two. It's what's right here, right? It's what's between the sign and the variable. So it's 2 pi divided by 2, so it repeats itself every pi. And the formula actually is on your guys' formula sheet. It even gives it to you. Look, it says A, B, C, D. It tells you what the letters are. And then it tells you the period is 2 pi divided by the B. And it gives it right to you. Okay? So B, we have y equals negative 3 sine 4x minus 1 plus 4. I want you to give me the amplitude, midline, period. Okay. What would the amplitude be of this one? Maybe the absolute value of negative 3, which is 3. You were right. What would the midline be? Y equals 4, the D value. Make sure you put y equals because it's a midline, right? And then the period is 2 pi divided by, what's my B value? 4. So it's pi over 2. We agree?
So the amplitude is always positive?
Yes, because it's the distance. So that's why when we even use the formula on a graph, we used absolute value signs and turned it positive. Okay? Not too bad? Okay. For C, I want you, this is the one I want to see what you can do. Negative 4 sine 3x minus 2. And then plus 1. Now what I want from this one is I want your amplitude. I want the midline. I want the period. And I want you to put in your calculator and get me the max and the min, because we have one last thing to learn. So I want the maximum and the minimum. These would be off your calc for now. So the amplitude is what? Absolute value of negative 4, which is 4. Yeah. The midline is y equals 1. The period is 2 pi divided by 3, and it can't reduce. That's just as good as it goes. What did you get for the maximum? What was your highest y? It is 5. What's your lowest y? Negative 3. Should be negative 3. Because what you can do is you can actually go D plus amplitude and D minus amplitude if you didn't want to use your calculator. So that's why I could do them and say you were right. So I could go 1 plus 4 and get me 5. Or I could go 1 minus 4 and get me negative 3. So I didn't need my calculator, right? But you have your calculators. You could use them. The domain for every sinusoidal is x such that x and is the real. And your range is y such that your minimum is negative 3. Your maximum is 5 YER. Last one for you, and then we're doing some puzzles and games questions. So try this one out, please. Y equals negative 2 sine 5x plus 2 minus 3. I want all the same things. Amplitude, midline, period, max, min, domain, range. Last one to do. Please do it. Okay. So what is the amplitude of this one? Yeah. It's the absolute value of negative 2, which is 2. Amplitude is always positive. What is the midline? Y equals negative 3. And then what is the period? It's 2 pi over 5. Can't reduce it any further. What is the maximum? It would be D plus the amplitude And you have to do D plus amplitude. You can't do amplitude plus D. So it's -1. And the minimum would be -3 minus 2, which is -5. Did I actually have to do it this way? No. Could I have used my calculator? Sure. Right? The domain is XER. And the range is low, which is -5 is less than or equal to y is less than or equal to -1, y there. Okay, I'm going to get you guys to grab out a separate piece of paper. You're going to try some puzzles and game questions. Tried to print them like 4 times, but printers are not liking us here this week. Okay, this question says, place the numbers 222, 333, 444 in a 3x3 grid like the following, so that any of the lines of the 3 numbers is added up in any direction, including diagonally. The sum is always 9. Try this out. So you can use 222, 333, 444, no matter which way you add up, vertically, horizontally, or diagonally. So just the diagonal is like a tic-tac-toe, right? They all add to 9. Try it out. What did you guys do? Did what? 3 diagonally down the middle. Then what?
And the bottom left corner is 2. Top right corner is 4.
So that makes 9, yeah.
And 2 at the top now.
And that makes 9.
2 in the middle right.
And that makes 9.
And then the last 2 are 4.
4 and 4. So the key thing was to figure out either this diagonal or that diagonal to make it be 3s. 4, 3, and 2 make 9. Right? We'll go to something different because that's similar. Okay. This one says, complete the missing numbers. Each brick contains the sum of the 2 boxes below it. Each brick contains the sum of the 2 boxes below it. So I'll start you off with 1. What would this box be? 3. Because 3 and 10 is 13. Try and figure it out. What can we do? Anything else we can do? Try 13 to 31. What do we get? 18. And what can we do? 19 from 34 to get 15. Sure. Then what? 10 minus 18 is 8. 15 minus 8 is 7.
12.
9 minus 7 is 12.
18 plus 15 is 33.
18 plus 15 is 33.
31 plus 33 is 64. 33 plus 34 is 67. 64 plus 67 is 131.
Perfect. It's kind of similar. Sudoku. Every column, every row can have. No, we can work together on it. What can I do? You start with 9s? I start with 1s.
I start with 9.
You're a rebel without a cause. You start with 9s too? 1s.
Yeah, you start with 9s.
Why 9s?
Because there's 9 in that one, and that one, and that one. So
Or
you know
1
it's
in this
supposed
one,
to
1 in this one, and 1 in this one.
be- No!
Yeah.
1. Give me your whip.
So there's 1 in this column, 1 in this column, 3, 2, 1 in this column. Any other ones you see? There's 1 in this column, 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 1, 1, and 1. So the ones are all done. Or you can say, hey, this box needs to have 1 to 9 in it. I'm missing what?
3 and 7.
I'm missing 3 and 7. Do any of these lines have a 3 or a 7?
That one has a 7.
This one has a 7, so this must be a,
3.
and then this must be a.
7.
What about this one? We have 1, 2, we need 3, 5 and 9. There's a 3 here, but no 3, 3. It's a 5 here, and a 5 here. It's supposed to be a 5 here.
Three at the top.
And then,
That's gonna be a 9. This is a lot easier than the ones in the paper.
it's an easy one. So if you go here, this also has to have the numbers 1 to 9, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm missing 5 and 9. Does this have a 5 or a 9 in it? Nope. That's not helpful. Does the box have a 5 or a 9 in it? Nope. So that's not helpful. What else do you see? Oh, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Missing a 7 in that line. What about this line now? I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I need a 6 and an 8. Nope, a 6 and a 9. I lied.
So you find a 9 in the first one,
Because there's a 9 in this one, and this would have to be a... This first row. 1, 2, 3. I'm missing a 4 and a 7.
4 goes in the bottom square.
4 goes in the bottom square because this one already has one. This would have a 7. What about the bottom line? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I need 7, 8, and 9. It says a 7.
No,
This has a 7. So this would have to be 7. What about 8 and 9?
8 goes in the bottom side.
Yeah, this one has a, no, this has a, yes, because this already has a 9. So this has to have an 8. Let's have a 9. What about this line? 1. Missing a 2 and a 6. 2 and a 6. Doesn't help us at all. This box, now I need 2, 6.
We can do the middle box.
Which middle box? This one?
No, up. Over.
Oh, the very middle.
That'll be a 3 just between the 1 and 8. Yeah, need a 3. No, that's what I'm saying. The 3 will go between the 1 and 8. There.
Here?
Oh, that way. Yes.
Oh, wait, so we have a 3 and a 3, yep. 3. Then 4. Can't go here, so go here. Then 5. Then this would have to be a 9. And then I'm missing 2 and 5 in this 9 box. There's already a 2 here. This would be 2 and a 5.
I feel really smart right now.
1. Let's go to
Do the top middle.
top middle. 1, 2, 3, 4. We need 5. So 5 here. So 5, and we're missing a 6 and an 8. There's an 8 here. 6 is here. And we have 1, 2. Ooh, up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then here I had 1, 2. I'm missing a 3 and a 6 on the second row. So 6, and this is a 3. What else? What about the top, this one? I'm missing a 2 and a 3.
So 3 will go beside the 6. And then a 2 there.
Then I'm in this row, I'm missing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What? Okay, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Then this row, 1, 2, 3, 4, I'm missing,
Square 6 goes above the 9.
where?
Bottom right square above the 9 is a 6. And above that's an 8.
And this would have to be a 4. Because of that line. 1, 2, we're missing 3 and 5.
6 goes to the very end. Yeah, that one. And 5.
And then 5 and 4.
Oh man, I feel so smart right now.
Validated.
I just like boosted my confidence like 10%.
So here it says each letter from A to I stands for one of these 9 numbers. 1, 4, 5, 8, 12, 16, 17, 18, 21. No 2 letters have the same numeric value. Match each letter to the equation work over here. Need to shrink it. Actually, I'll just go. So these are the equations that you can use to figure out which of these numbers is A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I. Try them out. Okay, where do you want to start? Where do you have to start? At C, because it has to be two numbers added that get you another number, right? Or that same number added twice gets you the same number. So the only thing B could be is, and 4 plus 4 is 8. So we know this is B. We know this is C. Where could we go after that?
D.
Yeah. So 4 plus 8 equals 12. So we know that this is D. Anything else?
G equals B.
G equals B plus D. So 4 plus 12 is 16. F equals A plus B. Is that a dead giveaway though?
No, again, it's 25.
If we do, let's try it out. So we know that B for sure is 4. It has to give us F, whatever F may be. So let's, oh goodness, I have to restart this computer so badly. So, we have A plus B has to equal F. So if I go 4 plus 1, I'd get 5. If I go 4 plus 17, I'd get 21. So it's not for sure, right? So we can't do that one next. What about E? E, oh, whatever, equals D, which is 12, plus F, whatever F may be. So if I go 12 plus 5, I get 17. If I go 12 plus 1, I get 13. Doesn't work. 12 plus 18 is too big, right? So it's going to have to be 12 plus 5. F is going to have to be 5. And E is going to have to be 17. And then that's where you can go guarantee your F. Because F has to be 5, so A would have to be 1. And then I know F is 5. G, we don't know. This one's A and E. I is A, which is 1, and E, which is 17. So I is 18. And then 21 is H. Because G is... Was it H equals F?
G is supposed to be 16.
Oh, it is 16. I just didn't write it. Oops, I wrote I. There we go. Now it matches. Now we're happy. Would have cried if you got to the very end and it didn't work. I'd be like, no, Mama, no. All right. I actually don't love that one. Okay, this one says, two classmates decided to develop a secret code to pass notes with the correct message ever being read by anyone who does not have that code. For example, frog would be ULGK in the secret code. Frog would be ULGK, which is beside us here. Okay? Don't let that throw you off. Okay, which one of these could possibly be YIKSP? A, B, C, or D? Look at the Y's in YIKSP. The Y's are in position 1 and 4, correct? Yep. It's D. Because if these are both Y's, then in 1 and 4 I have to have the same letters, correct? Pumpkin's the only one with letters in the same spot. so big you can't see that one. Let's see what's this. That one's stupid easy. Like that. Okay, here. So this one says, the goal of a particular puzzle is to fill in the circles in the grid with the letters A, B, C, D, so that no letters are repeated in any row, column, or set of connected circles. So you can't have like a B, B in the same row or in the same connected with the lines. The 3 entries in the gray circles were given to start the puzzle. Jerome has already completed 3 entries shown in the white circles. So these gray ones can't change. Those were there initially. Jerome did the white circles, the C, B, and the C, but he made an error. He didn't make it very far before he made an error. Identify the error and then finish the puzzle. Where's the error? Anyone see a problem? Yeah. Why? Let's fill in what we do. If this is a C and it's correct, then this could be an A and it would be okay. This would have to be a D, and then this would have to be a C, and then this couldn't be. And this would have to be an A, and this would have to be a B. This would be an A. And the reason why you also can't switch that is this can't be an A, right? So you can't swap. This would have to be a C or an A, these two in the bottom left. This would have to be a C or an A, or this would have to be a C or an A, correct? Well, it can't be an A because the A is stuck there. So that's out. This C has to stay, right? So the C is the problem, is this one. Right. Then this would have to be a D. This would have to be a C because they're all connected. And this would have to be a D, and then A, B, this would be a C, A, this would be a B, and then this would have to be a A. And you're done.